In this video, I'm going to walk you through my pricing breakdown of a web design project, including overhead, time input, and then what I actually take home after each project. Plus, if you stick around till the end of this video, I'm going to show you what those numbers look like when I'm outsourcing or hiring a team, and then also what that take home is going to look like when I add SEO contracts to my web design projects. So let's get into it. What's going on? Welcome back to another video. So I want to dive right into this and break down the numbers of a standard web design project for me. Now, this is going to be, again, a very standard project, not a lot of moving parts and pieces. And in fact, the example that I'm going to give you is on the lower end of my pricing, but it's going to do a great job of illustrating everything that goes into a project, how you should price it, and then what you can actually be taking home when you are doing all the work yourself versus outsourcing or hiring a team. So let's just say that I've got a client that comes to me and needs a 5-page website. They need it designed and then developed in some sort of tool or program like Webflow, which is what my team uses. So let's say that this website is going to be very standard, no e-commerce, no plugins, just a standard website that's going to utilize a couple CMS features within Webflow, which means they have a blog, maybe a team member section, and then just some standard content pages. So the way that I'm going to break this down is first I'm going to break it down into a web design project only. So we're going to focus on design first. So let's just say that the design of 5 pages, which is going to include, discovery call, all those designs within Figma, a few revisions, that's going to run about $4,000. So that's what I'm going to charge for just the design alone. And then development, which I'm going to charge for separately, is going to run about the same, about $4,000 for a 5-page website. And that's going to include everything built out in Webflow, onboarding, we're going to connect their domain and launch the site. So this project, after all is said and done for both design and development, is going to be about $8,000. So of course, if I'm a solo freelancer, I'm going to be taking home pretty much all of that. Now, granted, we do have a couple, a little bit of overhead, whether that's the tools you're using, your computer, if you're renting an office space. But for me, I work from home. I've got all my tools paid off. So there's really no overhead if I'm choosing to do these projects all by myself. So my take home from this project, after all is said and done, is $8,000. And all I've had to put into this project is my time and expertise. Now, a timeline for a project like this is typically going to be 6 to 8 weeks. That's standard for my team. And the reason that a timeline is that long is because we're working multiple projects all at once. So it's not like I'm just focusing for 2 weeks straight on a single project. But my time input's probably going to be anywhere from between 20 to 40 hours on this project. And so you can see kind of the direct input and then direct output that's going to come out of that. 40 hours of work and expertise is going to be $8,000 for a website. But now this is where things get interesting, because let's say that I don't want to do all of that work on my own and I want to either outsource to contractors to manage this project, or I want to build an in-house team that's going to do all of the management, all of the design, the development. So let's just say in this $8,000 project, I pay a project manager to do most all of the communication, the organization, gathering content, and then making sure that the project moves along and gets completed on our deadline. Let's just say I have to pay that project manager $800 for this project. Now keep in mind, this is a project manager that's working on multiple different projects, but for just this one, let's say $800. And then I've got a designer and or a developer, maybe someone that does both, and I'm going to pay them probably anywhere between $2,000 and $3,000 to complete this $8,000 website. Now, for some of you, that might seem like a lot, that might not seem like enough, but for me, I found that's a pretty good range to have team members in place that do an exceptional job, because the last thing I want to do is cheap out on my people and then have a terrible product at the end that I have to deliver to a client. So after my expenses of a project manager, a designer, and a developer, which again, I don't want to call these expenses because in reality, it's an investment, but after paying off all of my people, my income from this project is going to be anywhere from between $4,200 and $5,000. And so you can see that I'm not getting as big of a piece of the pie, but I haven't had to do the work. And so you can see the benefits of potentially hiring people and then you spending your time going out and finding new clients. So now let's talk about SEO, because if you've watched my channel before, you know that I preach SEO, that it is the best, most profitable service to offer as a web designer, as an agency, because it's ongoing, it yields great results for your clients. So let's talk about what my take home is going to look like if, instead of just stopping at this $8,000 website, if I then sign them to just an average valued SEO agreement. So what that's going to look like is we've got the $8,000 client, so my revenue is going to be $4,200 of that if I hire a team. But then moving into monthly SEO, the average rate that I charge is $1,500 a month. Could be a little less, could be a little bit more, but the average is $1,500 a month. So if you times that by 12 months, because we only do year-long minimum commitments, that's going to be $18,000 additional on top of the original $8,000 that we made from that client. So again, if I'm doing all of this by myself, I'm going to be able to pocket all of those $18,000. Of course, if I'm outsourcing bits and parts and pieces of that campaign, I might have a little overhead. But in my case, I have a team where they do everything. They get awesome results from my clients, and my margins are about 50% on those. So if I have a team doing all of the work, and not just doing the work, but doing a great job and getting good results, my margins are going to be about 50% or $9,000. So if I'm having a team do all of this, I'm getting $4,200 from the website, I'm getting $9,000 from SEO, and I'm not having to be too lost in the weeds of these projects, right? I'm not having to do all of the fulfillment. Yes, there still is input. I'm still communicating with clients. I'm still making sure that my team is on track, but my margins are getting cut, but it's well worth it because I'm able to focus on, again, bringing in new clients. So just to break this down one more time so you can see the exact numbers on this smaller website, design, development, just by doing it myself, I'm taking home $8,000. And then if I add SEO and do all of the SEO fulfillment myself, I'm going to be bringing home $26,000 total in the first year of that client. So now if I'm using my team in the first year of that client, I'm going to make $4,200 from the website. And if I add SEO, I'll be making a total of $13,200. So now you're going to say, okay, Payton, well, using your team, you're making way less. So let's talk about that a little bit, because there are a couple benefits that come along with hiring people to do the work and do good work, so you don't have to focus on that or double check their work or make sure they're doing a good job. So look at this. Let's just say that I'm doing everything on my own. I would calculate that I could probably only bring on an average of, let's say, 1.5 new clients per month, because I'm only going to have so much time in the day to build a new website every month and keep up with all of my current SEO clients and start a new SEO campaign and do all of that SEO work this month. So you can see how very quickly there's going to become a bottleneck, because there's only so many hours in the day for me to bring on new clients and then fulfill their work. And what I found is when I was doing all of the fulfillment, there was a huge bottleneck. I was not getting as much done. My clients weren't getting as good of results. I was neglecting all of my responsibilities when it came to sales and finding new clients. And very quickly, I hit a ceiling. So now let's say that I have a team that can do all the fulfillment. I could potentially have an endless limit of new clients that I could bring on as long as I have a team to fulfill that. But my team currently, the way that it stands, I could probably bring on an average of 5 new clients a month, and we'd be able to stay on top of that. That means 5 new web design and development projects with an SEO campaign. And so by bringing on 5 new clients per month, my revenue is going to be significantly higher, because even though my take home is less, we can do a lot more work. So again, if I'm doing everything on my own and only bringing on 1.5 new clients per month, the new revenue that I generate that month is going to be about $39,000, versus if I have a team doing all the fulfillment and I bring on 5 new clients every month, I'm going to be bringing in over $66,000 in new revenue. Again, all of this depends on you being able to find that many new clients, but if you have a proven process to land new clients and you can scale, I have found that the best solution is to hire a good design and development team, hire a great project manager, hire a great SEO team, outsource all of that. And if you can keep your margins around 50% and then scale and find a ton of new clients, your take home is going to be significantly more. So if you're interested in learning more about how to build this structure for your business, how to hire good people, how to train them, how to find new clients, then be sure to subscribe to my channel and also click that like button down below if you found any value in this video. But also, if you are a web designer that's looking to learn SEO, learn how to execute it, how to sell it, how to incorporate it into your freelance business, then down below you're going to find a link to my course, SEO and Webflow. Now in this course, I basically take you from step 0, where you know nothing about SEO, and I help you learn SEO, learn how to incorporate it into your business, learn how to sell it, price it, how to get great results, how to report on it. You're going to learn everything in this course, but you can actually watch the first module of this course completely free, which covers a lot of that. So if you're interested in checking that out, that's free training on SEO for web designers. Click the link down below. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.